And we are in Madison, Wisconsin, simulation football, SFLm Week 7 action set to go underway here between the Madison Lynx and the Lexington Miners. In the broadcast booth tonight, I am Steven Hacker with Chad Stinson, back at SFL HQ, SFL Commissioner and producer Cameron Irvine. I want to thank you all for joining us here for this game setup, and want to go ahead and kick it right over to Chad for his pregame highlights and notes. What do you got for us, Chad?
Well, coming into this game, you got Madison still fighting for the number one seed in the playoffs that are coming up, and Lexington still looking to keep their playoff lives, in check. But what they got to do is win this game and hope that Ottawa maybe loses theirs, because earlier this season, Ottawa went ahead and beat Lexington pretty bad. So to keep their playoff hopes alive, Lexington's going to have to win this game.
And we are in the final stretch of the SFLm season. All these games matter, especially the ones at the end. And Madison tied with Albuquerque as before the week. Albuquerque's game was in the first block earlier, and we are in the second block here. So Madison definitely needs a win here to keep their playoff hopes alive, keep their dream alive for this season. Down on the field, Lexington is going to kick this one away. Lexington with the gray helmets, white tops, and gray bottoms. Madison in the red helmets, red tops, white bottoms. Turner brings this out to the Madison 29-yard line, and that's where we're going to get a look at the Lynx offense. Spearheaded by quarterback number 2, Switch Thumper. Halfback is Michael Brown. The fullback is Jay Ballmer. Wide receivers are Dylan Lewis and Prince Wonder, and the tight end is Ron Haynes. Ron Haynes is a two-way player with Florida. Thumper goes under center. Split backfield, one receiver to the top of the screen. It's going to be a handoff to Michael Brown. Going to make a move, cut upfield, and eventually gets dragged down after that 8-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a really good run there by Michael Brown. He was able to get through the hole, kind of made some moves, and was able to pick up a few yards, and really brought this a pretty close 2nd and 2.
Going to be an I formation heavy set. Base 4-3 defense from the Miners. Going to be a dive play. Brown, plenty of room to run, and breaks through for a first down.
Yeah, on that play, you go back and watch it, you'll see, the offensive line was able to do their job. They kind of turned, opened that hole up for him to be able to get through, and then there was really nobody in that second level to stop him.
2 plays needed for a first down. And just about 4 yards away from midfield, Thumper still under center. I formation again. Good block in the backfield. Brown makes something of it. Another 8-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, one thing I want you to notice on that play, though, is their fullback, I want to say his name's Jay, if I remember right, number 30. He was able to get through, kind of open the hole up, and he just kept in front of the running back where you want him as a fullback, and just kind of said, follow me, and got those extra yardage.
Yeah, Jay Ballmer, the fullback, leading the way there. And another 2nd and 2 here. And Ballmer gets love on that 2nd and 2 for the great blocking, and he's going to get the first down for the Lynx.
In football, sometimes I think the fullback is a really kind of an underrated player for what they do. You send them out there, you go, block this guy, block that big guy. And then you hand them the ball, and you're like, run right into this mess of people. So it's good to actually see him get a little bit of love, though, there.
Thumper going to be in the shotgun this time, split backfield. Pulls a base 4-3 defense. Quickly thrown towards the sideline, and that's going to be a 5-yard gain for the Lynx. And that is number 85 out there for Madison. That is Prince Wonder, a 6'4", 185-pound receiver.
Yeah, those out routes like that, they are hard to cover, especially if you're playing back as a cornerback. Your first step, your instinct, you're going backwards, and then he just cuts, and there's really nothing you can do about it.
Single back look now for the Lynx. Lexington just continuing to stay in their base look. Thumper with time to throw finds his tight end over the middle. Ron Haynes getting involved in the game, and he has the Lynx down at the Miners 27.
You got to like Haynes, his size, his playing ability. He's a great. I would almost call him like a two-way tight end. He can block, he can catch, he can run. So he's a great guy and a great weapon to have on your line there.
Lined up at the bottom of the screen at the top of that bunch set. Thumper, time to throw, surveying the field, goes through his progressions, unleashes the dragon, and the pass was tipped away, almost intercepted, as the Miners were all over that. Todd Rigsby, the one got a hand on.
Yeah, Rigsby was able to tip it up, and I don't know maybe if just Nathan didn't turn around fast enough to see the ball, but if he'd have turned around a little sooner, I'm pretty sure that probably would have been an interception there for Nathan.
Yeah, just trying to keep up with the receiver. And once he was sure of the coverage, and he was able to turn that head around. 2nd and 10 for the Lynx. Flip backfield. Thumper going to hand off Brown. Trying to get something out of that one, maybe a yard.
Well, that's really I would say probably the first time this drive that Lexington's really been able to stop him there. It was actually a good play by the defense, able to close that hole up just almost as soon as it opened.
I think this is the first 3rd down of the game for the Lynx. 3rd and 9. Thumper to throw. 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Targets that area of the field. Tipped away. Good job by the Miners clamping down there. That was Toby Nur, the strong safety for the Miners, able to tip that one away.
It was good to see Toby come into that coverage because, again, as soon as that guy cut, Toby had to be there because that ball was coming quickly.
That pass deflection is going to bring up a field goal attempt for the Miners from the 26-yard line, looking at about a 42-yarder. A little bit of a Wisconsin breeze here tonight. Snap and hold is good. Kick is up and through from 42 yards. Madison is first on the board. That is kicker Juniper Belson knocking that one through for the Lynx.
That was a great hold and a great kick there. So it was good to see Madison kind of show what they can do early with this offense. So we'll see maybe if they can continue that in the coming minutes of the game.
Belson now with the ball on the tee, ready to give this one away to the Miners after that great opening drive from Madison. It's going to be returned from about the 3-yard line. Nice move by the returner to get out to the 24-yard line. That's where the Miners are going to get their first opportunity of the ball game. Miners trot out on the field, number 17, Chad Moore. That's their quarterback. Behind him will be Sean Sanders and Dill Swayze. I'm sorry, Sean Sanders, the halfback. Dill Swayze and Joseph Bideau are the wide receivers. Tight end is Xavier Solomon. And the tackle there on the offensive line, number 68, is Hadrian Marlowe. Sanders gets the carry on first down, met at the line of scrimmage. And that's how the Miners are going to start their drive.
Wow, that was a good play there by the linebackers, the defensive line, just coming in and making sure that he did not gain any yards whatsoever. He got back to the line. They let him do that, but that was as far as they were going to let him go.
Yeah, great intensity feeding off of that scoring drive to make a play at the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers on the field. Another carry for Sanders, this time able to get 4 yards. Set up a 3rd and 6 now, Chad.
Yeah, that was a good run by him. He really owes his line kind of a debt of gratitude there because they got blown off, but they were still able to hold long enough for him to get through and pick up positive yardage.
Wrong eye look here. And going to feed Sanders on a swing pass. Sanders tries to make a move. Maybe only a yard on that one. Great stand by Madison, as that was number 23, Maurice Peterson, this free safety coming down to make a play.
That was a great open field tackle there by Peterson. That move came. He was still able to kind of break down, stand his ground, and make that open field tackle.
Lexington's punter Rand Fullman on to give this one back to Madison. Going to need a decent punt. He got one. Fair caught at the 35-yard line. Madison will get the ball back with a 3-point lead. And Switch Thumper will come back out on the field for his second possession of the ballgame.
Yeah, Lexington didn't have a great start to their game right there. They're going to really kind of have to pick up that running game a little more.
Madison's offense averaging 22 points a game. Got a good start with 3 in this one. Thumper going to go in the split shotgun set. Looks right side, passes there, caught, and Prince Wonder, able to fight his way for the first down. Great second effort there from the receiver on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm not real sure about that one. I think his foot may have been out before he actually got there, but great catch again. It's that out route. They're going to have to start staying home for that one, or Madison's just going to eat them up.
Thumper now 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Brings out a dime 3-2-6 look from Lexington. Immediate blitz, and Thumper gets rid of it quickly, this time to the left sideline. And that pass is caught, and the receiver dragged down at the 47.
Yeah, when Lewis caught that one, I don't think there was anybody within maybe 3 or 4 yards of him. And Lexington, I don't know what they're going to have to do, but that coverage has got to tighten up this game.
And it's almost like they're listening to you. They bring the press coverage there on the outside, but Madison's got a heavy set. They're going to hand off to the running back. He's going to fall forward, able to get the yards needed for the first down. Great effort there from the Lynx.
And that's really all you can ask for at this time, close to the line like that. It's just get out there, get us the first down. We can reset everything and just kind of keep methodically pushing down this field.
Get a defensive introduction after this play coming in, but Switch Thumper going to line up in the shotgun. 6 men in the box for Lexington, showing pass coverage. And Thumper finds a gap there in the defense and connects for a huge first down. Prince Wonder gets inside the SFL red zone for the Lynx.
Yeah, when Prince Wonder, he made that cut on that slant route. He got underneath Tucker there, and Tucker, I just don't think, could really keep up with him once that cut was made, and just left him wide open.
On the defensive line for the Miners, Robert Brady and Gerald Cumbus. Linebackers are DJ Kilgannon and Noah Regier. Corners are Andre Tucker and Nathan Nur. Safeties are Todd Rigsby, Guy Incognito, Jukin Rukin Jr., and Toby Nur. And that pass was intercepted. And that was Toby Nur. The strong safety, 6'3", 210 pounds, elevates to steal that one away from Madison.
Not only did he elevate, it looked like he hovered in place for about 2 or 3 seconds. My goodness.
Fantastic.
What an interception.
Play there. Yeah, clip that one. We need to see a still shot of that one. Sure, that was a great play.
If you are ever going to send a highlight clip to an SFL team, that's one that needs to be in there.
Now Chad Moore going to take over at his own 15-yard line. Strong Eye Twins. And it looks like a handoff to Sanders, who's going to get a stretch play 3 yards. Had to fight for every bit of it. Great effort from the running back on that one.
Yeah, it was really almost pure effort by him, because when that play was started, the whole right side of that line just collapsed. And he had to do everything he could just to get what little yardage he got.
Looks like a tight end flex on this one. Pressure coming from Madison. And this time down the field, pass is caught as Lexington taking their shot down the field. Moore connects with Dill Swayze on a huge play down the left side.
Chad Moore just, he had to have looked over at the other sideline to switch and go, whatever you can do, I can do too.
Yes, stepping up on the road and trying to quiet this crowd. Madison's got the crowd behind him here, and Chad Moore trying to do everything he can to silence them and make the home field advantage go away. Down near midfield, Sanders going to get a carry met in the backfield. Seems like a good time to introduce the Madison defense, as that was Claudius Periwinkle making the tackle for loss. Defensive end is Dan Dash. Defensive tackle is Ken O'Fortson. Linebackers are DJ Wood and Claudius Periwinkle, as well as Al Farouk Aminu. Corners are Xavier Rue III, Newton North. The safeties are Maurice Peterson, Joseph Lama, JT Jackson, and Tyler Svensson. Another tackle for loss, this time a host of links there, number 90 and 91. Keno Fortson in to make a nice play on that one.
Man, it looked like they were in the backfield as soon as the ball was snapped. It was so quick.
Is it Keno or Kano?
I want to say maybe Kano. I'm not real sure.
Kano's probably sounds about right.
Which
we'll
thumper says Kano? Sorry.
3rd and 13 now, and a tough situation. Sanders going to lose more yards. That was a very, very unfortunate sequence of events there for the Miners. After a huge post play, you run into 3 negative plays, and going to give it right back to Madison after you were looking up there on that drive.
Yeah, it kind of looked like the pass was a little off and not catching him in stride where it should have. And that just gave that defense enough time to swarm like they were well known to do.
This time, punt not fair caught. Returner going to get a little extra on that one, brought out to the Madison 31. So still 3-0 here in this ball game. As Madison, with the one drive that went down the field and had to settle for the field goal, and then the second drive got down into the red zone, but then the unfortunate turnover. So we'll see if Thumper can clean that up, or if Lexington's defense can make a stand and get the ball back. I formation. Lexington brings their safety down into the box there at the top of the screen. They bring him on a blitz, and Brown blows through the line. Great blocking in the trenches. Brown able to get 7 on first down. His first down yards per carry is really great. He's got at least 8 yards on 2 or 3 attempts, and then 7 yards on that one. Chad, he's blowing up on first down.
Yeah, he's doing great on first down runs. What got Lexington there is you take a chance when you bring a blitz like that of not having anybody to cover if he gets through.
A split backfield, and Brown going to get another carry, this time only 1 yard, as Lexington trying to make a stand here. 3rd and 2, as Noah Regier in on the tackle, a two-way player out of Fort Worth, as Lexington needs to make a stop here. 3rd and 2. You have to think that Madison's going to look to give Michael Brown the ball.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to go to Michael Brown, probably right up the middle here.
Linebackers shift. Balmer's going to get the carry, and Lexington does make the stop. They're going to mark him a yard short. Balmer's second carry of the game, and it's Regier again in on the tackle.
And that right there is what Lexington needed, maybe to kind of slowly start turning this tide of this, first quarter, and maybe be able to get some points on the board this half.
First time we've seen Pete Ellis, the Madison punter, out. Lexington brought the heat, but didn't get there. Lexington's returner going to try to bring this one out, but brought down at the 23. 1 second remaining here in the first quarter, Chad. And if you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Last play of the first quarter, and it's going to go to Sanders on the left sideline. Gets the block down the sideline, and 9 yards. And that's how the first quarter is going to close 3-0 for the Madison Lynx.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good route right there. Oh, I'll finish as soon as we get back.
And we're back. Go ahead, Chad. Take it off.
What I wanted to point out on that last one, the tackle, number 68, I want to say his last name is Marlowe, was the one that actually gave the first block that sprung him to pick up those extra yards, and that was a great block by him.
Now with that second one, it's going to go back, and it's going to be the first down for the Miners, picking up where they left off before those negative plays. And Chad, I think they need to see more of that. Keep that balance, keep Sanders involved so that they can take those shots down the field.
Yeah, keep running Sanders at them. Sooner or later, they're going to creep up to try to stop him. When they do, it's going to leave pretty much like they're doing now, a lot of the field open.
Be a stretch play right side. Sanders cuts it back up the middle of the field and able to get 2.
I mean, this Madison, they're keeping Sanders at a yard or 2 a carry, really. But if he can do that just about every time he touches the ball, this 1st and 10 is going to go to 2 and 8, and then it's slowly going to start getting more manageable as he keeps getting touches.
Moore back to throw, steps up in the pocket, felt the pressure but couldn't get away, and a 4-yard loss on the sack. Dan Dash gets the sack in TFL.
Dan Dash coming around, from the outside, was able to just kind of overpower Marlowe, and just nothing he could do but take the sack. He didn't see it coming, and those are the worst kind of hits to take in football, is when you do not see that coming.
So 3rd and 14 now. Lexington gonna have to take a shot down the field. They bring out the 3 wide receivers, keep the fullback on the field. We'll see if he stays in protection or runs a route. It's a nickel 3-3-5 look for the Lynx. Oh, pressure there immediately, nothing doing. That's a blown up play if I've ever seen one. Is Madison all over that one.
What they were trying to do there is they were going to try to run a screen, but it didn't develop fast enough for this Madison line before this Madison line was able to get to him. And a screen against this Madison defense is not a really good idea because they are so quick coming off the line.
Going to give your offense really good starting field position. Madison applied the pressure. Didn't get there. Returner fields it at his own 38. Maybe gets a yard on the return. They're going to mark him at the 39. So switch thumper in this offense with favorable field position. They've been moving the ball fairly well in this game. Chad, what do you expect to see from this Lynx offense?
I really don't expect to see anything different than they have been doing. It seems like, they're moving the ball good, but the defense is also coming behind them and slowly pushing Lexington back towards the goal line, which gives them favorable field position every time they touch the ball.
Brown, the lone back. And a quick throw out to the right sideline. Prince Wonder has the reception, 4th reception on 5 targets, and they're going to him 4 yards.
And again, that goes back to the coverage. You've got to have a guy stay home for that because Madison's good at eating people up on these out routes.
Lexington again bringing that safety up into the box. Thumper, 3-step drop, quickly gets rid of it, overthrows the receiver. Had a couple of defenders in the area, and they're going to say Prince Wonder coming up a little, limping a little bit there on the sideline. They're going to say he picked up a slight injury. We'll give you an update as soon as we can.
Well, I mean, with the way he popped back up, it's probably nothing but maybe a cramp or something like that. So we'll probably see him back in this game. But that's not what you're hoping that's what it is if you're Madison, because that's one of your biggest targets.
Yeah, hopefully it's something that can recover from quickly, can get him back out on the field, because at this point that's been Switch Thumper's primary target as he continues to target that right side of the field. And that was number 88 for the Lynx. Get your name. That is Victor Williamson, filling in for the right now injured Prince Wonder, who's getting checked out by the medical staff there on the side.
Madison just showed they're like, you know what? We got one guy hurt. The next guy will just step up, and we'll just keep doing that same thing and showing you that we can do it even if one of our star players is hurt.
Thumper changing something at the line of scrimmage from the 47. Comeback route, and the receiver is going to get marked at the line of scrimmage. And that was Dylan Lewis. Had to go up in the air to get that ball, but forward progress says just back to the line of scrimmage. So maybe back to the drawing board for the Lynx after that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that play. I mean, you had to throw it up, and very unadvisable.
3-3-5 look from Lexington. In the shotgun, Thumper changing something up. Out route there at the right side is there again for the Lynx. This time number 83, that is Curtis Walker. 5'9", 190 out there for Madison. Small in size, but big in heart for the Madison Lynx.
Got kind of on the small side there, as a receiver, but still made a heck of a play.
Thumper going to go under center now. Quick drop. Receiver crossing across the middle. Oh, penalty flag goes up. I think they're going to say that's pass interference on the linebacker. Noah Regier was in the area, and I think I saw 55, or it might have been 58 in the area, Kilgannon as well. We'll see who R62 throws the flag on. Got number 58. That is the inside linebacker, DJ Kilgannon. As that receiver coming across the middle tried to make a play on the ball and just maybe mistimed it, and the ref, threw the yellow laundry, got him on that one. So that's going to move the chains for Madison there, Chad.
I'm not really sure on that one, to be honest with you. It didn't look like he got there early, but, R62's there. We have games where we agree and where we don't, but I'm going to have to say I really don't agree with that pass interference call there.
Yeah, a lot of times it's when they're kind of hanging on the back. That's when R62 really kind of likes to get him, and that seemed like one of those times that's when he'll get you. As Michael Brown with the fresh set of downs, going to get 4 yards on first.
And there we go with Brown doing what he's been doing this whole game, just gaining those positive yards, anywhere between 4 and 7 at a time. So.
Three receivers bunched up to the top of the screen. Ron Haynes is that point man up at the top up there. Thumper. Time to throw. Pressure coming from his right side. Throws to the left. Oh, pass is tipped away. Great defense. As Lexington, that was number 22, Toby Nur, already with an interception, trying to get another one. And an injury report on the sideline. They're saying Prince Wonder had cramps. They're working to get those worked out and get him back out on the field. We'll see if we can get him out there and get an update. And so Thumper now on a 3rd and 6. Madison is in field goal range. We'll see if he goes aggressive. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Brown sidecar right. Thumper throws that out route off the hands of the receiver. Almost tipped and intercepted. Man, that was very, very fortunate. Your second wide receiver out of the ball game. You're having to go to some of the lower depth chart players for your team, and off the hands, almost taken away there, Chad.
Yeah, Toby saw that one. I know his eyes lit up as he was trying to get to it, but it was just barely out of reach there.
Toby's been in some really, really good positions here tonight. I think the Lexington defensive coaching staff, led by Zach Holdorf, has done a great job. Maybe a little bit too loose on the outside or on the coverage at some points, but number 22's balling out of control here tonight. Is this time Juniper has the kick up and through. Second field goal attempt on the game for the Lynx, and a 6-0 lead now in the second quarter in this ball game, Chad.
Yeah, I've got to give props and love to the Lexington defense, because every time Madison's gotten down here, they've been able to stop them and just make them take 3 points here, 3 points there. But they're going to have to come through at some point with the offense and do some damage here.
Yeah, doing a great job slowing Madison down. Madison's getting into scoring territory, but Lexington's doing a good job of just holding that to 3. Their offense has to find a way to respond here on the road. Still 6.5 minutes here in the first half. If they can get it just 7 points on the board, you feel like you're in good position going into the second half. We'll see how Chad Moore and this offense responds. They're going to come out on their own 27-yard line. Single back bunch look. Brings out a 3-3-5 defense from Madison. Moore 3-step drop. Quickly gets it out to the running back. Left sideline, spins upfield, and a 6-yard gain.
That's the second time Moore's kind of thrown behind the receiver on those wheel routes. So he's going to have to do a little bit better about catching them in stride so he doesn't waste just that little bit of time that he needs to gain even more yards.
Yeah, try to lead your receiver a little bit and get his momentum going in the direction he needs to go upfield. Play design sometimes too, but we'll see how this second down works out. 2nd 4, and Sanders met in the backfield, tried to shake the defenders loose, but not able to get much going on that one. Number 95, Al Farouk Aminu 6'5", 295-pound linebacker in to make a play.
Yeah, he just came around the edge and nobody saw him, and he was there waiting on the handoff.
And a handoff up the middle. Sanders sidesteps the defender. Oh, and they're going to give him a first down. Generous spot. I guess he fell forward and put the ball in just the right spot. His ball marked at the Lexington 37-yard line and just what the Miners needed.
Yeah, you needed that one just to I knew that was going to happen.
Red challenge flag from Madison's coaching staff. Head coach Michael Percoco throws the challenge flag. R62 going to go under the hood. Yeah, your initial impressions, I think we all heard. I thought it was short, but get a good look on the camera angle here. Maybe falls forward. Oh, yeah.
All depends on where that ball is. Oh, that's real close. I don't know if there's enough evidence to really overturn that one.
Head coach of the Lexington Miners is Marcos Swift.
Oh, they did overturn it. Okay.
So they saw that the ball was short of the first down marker, so it's going to set up a third down now for Lexington. And I would have to imagine it's fourth and inches for the Miners, and going to have to punt this one away. And good challenge flag by Coach Percoco to get that one out and get the right call on the field. Lexington with a quick 3 and out. That's not what they needed. They didn't need to give the ball back to Madison after they just scored the points. So going to rely again on their defense to hopefully make a nice stand. And the Lynx are going to start out from their own 25-yard line. 5 minutes and some change to go here in the second quarter.
I don't know about that punt. I probably would have tried to go for it. Just, you literally all you have to do is fall forward and the ball is there.
But if you don't just fall forward, they're in field goal range, and then that 9-point lead, that can really hurt. So I don't mind the punt there. Defense has been playing well enough. You need another turnover, and you need your offense to really make something happen. Michael Brown on first down, going to go right up the middle and get 7 yards on that one.
Right on averaging 5 yards a carry. I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot when you hear it, but when you're looking at each, it's 10 yards. That's a lot of yardage per carry, so they're going to have to find a way to cut that down to at least 2 or 1.
Yeah, Madison bringing out a bunch of extra blockers to give Brown the room to run, and he does just that, moving the chains for the Lynx out to the Madison 40-yard line.
It was a great run by him, but that was great blocking actually downfield by Jay. You may be able to see it here in just a second. But if you watch Jay come through the line, he literally, I don't know if you'll see it, but there's one block.
Picks up Noah Regier and another block.
And then picked up a whole nother player coming in. That was great blocking by the fullback on that play.
Jay Ballmer putting on a blocking clinic here tonight, showing everybody how it's done as he's moving bodies around there in the trenches. Thumper, quick drop, quickly gets it out of his hands, off the hands of his tight end. That was Ron Haynes. And a very, very rare drop from the tight end, Noah Regier, the closest defender there in coverage, as another defender came in to make the hit.
I think that's the first drop Haynes has had all night. So, it's going to happen in your career. You're going to drop the ball. You just got to kind of shake it off, move on to the next play.
One of the more dominant tight ends in all of the SFLm. A weapon on the line and split out wide as a wide receiver. In the shotgun now, the Lynx looking to the left side, and connects. Switch Thumper with the dart right there to Ron Haynes just to get that confidence of he has that much faith as, that last one was a fluke. Here, let me find you 15 yards down the field. First down for the Lynx.
He put it where only Ron Haynes could catch it. So it was either going to be Haynes catch it or nobody was.
A bit of trash talk from Michael Percoco, head coach Michael Percoco, saying Ron Haynes was eating buttered bagels, and then Haynes comes out and makes a big play on the next play. How funny is that? Is Jay Ballmer going to get another carry? I'm sorry, that was Michael Brown. Michael Brown on first down gets a 6-yard carry.
Yep, Michael Brown keeping it going 5 to 6 yards now at a time, and Lexington just cannot seem to figure out how to stop him right now, so that's probably something they're going to have to kind of figure out during halftime.
Chewing away at this clock. 2 minutes now Off the clock on this drive. Brown, second 4, and wow, they had him stopped for maybe no gain or a 1-yard gain, and Brown able to fight his way and get 2 more yards out of that somehow.
Yeah, I mean, they literally had a hold of him in the backfield, and he just carried one player a good 2 yards before being stopped.
Thumper with the hard count, trying to get the defense to jump off sides. Nobody bit, and instead gives it off to Jay Balmer, who, again, another first down carry for the fullback. So, you know, he's putting in the work, putting in the blocks, and they're giving him some love, allowing him to pick up those first downs.
And, I mean, that's what your fullback's there for. When it comes to those short yardage situations, he's basically just a battering ram. Hand it to him, and he'll get the job done.
Into the shotgun we go for the Lynx. Thumper, left sideline, pass is caught out of the air and brought down for an 8-yard gain. That was Lewis getting up there in targets now with Wonder on the sideline.
That was actually really good of Lewis to be able to run the route, catch it in the air because he kind of had to jump for it, and was still able to come down and turn upfield and gain about another yard or two to make this a little more manageable for him.
Brown alone in the backfield. Thumper under center. Quickly out to Brown. Quick throw as Brown gets brought down short of the first down marker. We're going to call it 3rd and inches, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. And are you liking the game so far? Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As the SFL approaches 20th anniversary season, there is much more content to come. Don't miss a minute of the SFL or SFLm action and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership. And on the 3rd and inches, switch Thumper going to go under center. Michael Brown going to get the carry met at the line of scrimmage and fights forward, able to get the first down marked at the Lexington 22.
Yeah, Brady was able to, catch him before he gets to the first down marker, but Brown with just power, I mean, literally just powered his way across that first down marker.
Now with 3 more opportunities. Thumper going to look to throw. Takes his time, hit as he throws, gets it over to the receiver, but off the hands again. And these Lynx receiver not helping their quarterback out, aside from Haynes and Lewis right now. And so these other receivers on the depth chart really aren't making life easy for this Madison offense.
And, that was actually a really good throw by Thumper. As he was throwing it, he got hit and was still able to put it there where it was catchable. So there was really no excuse for dropping that ball.
Absolutely. That was right off the house butterfingers from the receiver. Thumper with another opportunity to throw. 2nd and 10. Time to throw. Looks over the middle. Oh, that time. A little bit of a risky throw. Trying to connect with his receiver, Cameron Callahan, but threw it right at the linebacker.
Yeah, I don't know if he even saw the linebacker there until after he threw it. I'm pretty sure as soon as he threw it, he was like, well, that one's probably going to be 6. But he got lucky that he just was not able to hang on to it.
Linebacker was playing the eyes and waited for the arm action and then jumped right in front of the pass. 3rd and 10. It's going to be a 3rd straight passing opportunity for Thumper. High snap, and he gets it there, throws it over the middle, diving receiver, and pass is incomplete into coverage. Linebacker Killigan was in the area in coverage.
Yeah, DJ was right there. Again, it was one of those, he read the eyes and he was just waiting on the pass. And that's what linebackers are supposed to be, able to do. They're supposed to be able to watch that quarterback and read where the play is going.
Yeah, at 6'5", 255 pounds, that's pretty easy to do. There's not many people on the field bigger than you, so able to see everything, surveyed the field, and put himself in a great defensive position. Juniper Belson for the 3rd field goal attempt. This one from about 39. Gonna be missed. Wide right. And Belson, unfortunately, cannot put that one through for the Lynx. It's gonna be a turnover on down.
That is not what Madison needed, but it's actually what Lexington needed. I mean, their defense, again, was able to stop Madison before they were able to score 7 points. But this offense needs to step up because right now, Lincoln's doing their job playing Ottawa. Madison needs to start working theirs.
Miners take over on their own 28-yard line. Throw left side is caught for a 4-yard gain. That was Dill Swayze there on that left sideline.
That's how you keep your feet in bounds on a out route pass like that one.
I think they call that toe drag swag. Chad Moore now going to be in the shotgun. Sanders sidecar to the right, 2 receivers to the left side of the field. Tight ends also down there. Quick drop from Moore, surveys the field. Deep out is there. Nice throw, nice timing on that route. Joseph Bedeau, 6'3", 180 pounds. First reception of the ball game.
Looks like Madison's going to kind of take a bit of a not Madison. Lexington's taking plays out of the Madison playbook right now with those out routes.
Going to get a challenge flag on the field, and I believe that it's Boudet. Sorry about that, Joseph Boudet.
Yeah, that's going to get overturned. His foot was out of bounds on that one.
After review, the play stands. The pass was
What?
the catch was made out of bounds.
No way.
So they're going to say that the play stands according to their interpretation. So going to keep the call on the field as is. First down Miners. And Boudet will keep those yards gained. No, that was ruled an incompletion. Sorry about that. 3rd and 6 from the Lexington 33. That carry from Sean Sanders going to go forward for a yard or 2, and it's going to set up a 4th down now for the Miners.
The Miners just cannot catch a break on offense right now. It's just, they get a little bit of momentum and then it just dies off.
Clock still running, 30 seconds before the half. Lexington, I'm sure, is happy to let the play clock run down. Now it's 7 seconds. Madison's going to get the ball. They'll probably have about 15 seconds. So with 3 timeouts, they'll have, maybe 3 plays in the book before a Hail Mary, depending on how it goes.
Yeah, but the way Thumper's been throwing those kind of deep slant routes, it may be 2 plays and then kick a field goal.
Have to see how it goes. We'll see if Madison elects to go aggressive or conservative here. From their own 30, it wouldn't surprise me to see some aggressiveness here. Ron Haynes, the tight end, is at the top of the screen at the tip of that 3-headed bunch there. Thumper pressured, and that time the throw couldn't get out of the hands. Is Brady there to apply the pressure and disrupt the play?
Yeah, Brady's like, we're not throwing that pass play. I'm going to get there and disrupt that one as fast as possible.
Still 12 seconds on the clock. Thumper with the yards, but really having to struggle, having to fight for every one of them. QBR not really reflecting a great day. Ballmer going to get the carry on 2nd down. Fights his way to the left side. Going to give him a yard, and no timeout from either team, and that's how we're going to go into the half, Chad.
It's been a good half of football so far, only 6-0, so this game's going to end up being a close one.
Yeah, both teams have been fighting, and I think they have shown what they want to do. Madison has really attacked the sidelines, but has kind of stalled out. Once they've gotten into the red zone, or they make mistakes and give the ball to Lexington. So, they got to find a way to get 6 points on the board and not play with your food, so to speak, because Lexington. All it's going to take is at this point is a touchdown, and an extra point's going to give them the lead. So Madison's got to find ways to complete some of these drives. Chad, as they're keeping Lexington in this ball game. Lexington has shown the fight. Their defense has been in position on numerous drives. They've had the turnover and been in positions to make more. So if they can generate another turnover in the second half, and find a way to put 6 points on the board, a touchdown on the board, they could really come in and shock Madison in their own home stadium.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, Madison, they get down below the 30, and for some reason, I don't know if it's just like almost like a force field or what, but they just stall out every time. But then their defense is able to come back on the field and stop Lexington from where I'm not even sure Lexington has been across the 50, have they?
I think maybe one time they got into decent field position, but yeah, I mean they've had offensive struggles, big time, getting to midfield. So definitely Lexington in the locker room needs to be figuring out a way to put a long sustained drive together to build some confidence for your offense, to where you're not going on a 7-play drive or a 6-play drive and kicking it right back to Madison. Lexington really needs to put it together here in the second half and find a way to get more, get some points on the board, because you're in this fight right now. Madison doesn't have complete control of this ball game, so Lexington just needs to find a way to put some offensive drives together, and they're right in this. Second half will begin. Lexington will have the ball, moving left to right on the field. Returner brings this one out to the Lexington 27-yard line. Moore had about 60 yards passing there in the first half.
I think they had a total of 57 yards the first half. I mean, they're going to have to almost double that just to come close to being able to win this game right now.
Yeah, rushing attacks have really been tough for the Miners here. Single back look, Moore to throw over the middle. There's a receiver and a first down for the Miners to start the half.
That's what we need, because these receivers have not been able to really hold on to the ball tonight. So that's how you want to start the half. Get it out there, let the receiver catch it, start building that momentum and that confidence up, and just start walking it down the field.
Yeah, and that middle of the field was pretty wide open there on that play too. Dill Swayze had no defenders around him, able to watch that ball all the way in. Nice pitch and catch there. From the 38-yard line, handoff. Sanders going to get 2 yards out of that one before he's met by the linebacker.
Great run there by Sanders, but it's actually a really good play also by DJ Woods. His assignment looked like it was the halfback, so he stayed home, read where the halfback was going, and just met him right in the opening.
Shotgun look quickly out to the left side. Pass is going to be caught past the first down marker, and that is Dill Swayze. 6'2", 205-pound receiver for the Miners.
And this is the confidence type boosting plays that you need as Lexington to start getting that offense moving. So we'll see maybe if they continue with the passing, or if they're going to start going a little bit more run here to try to bring that defense in a little more.
Split shotgun look. It's a nickel 3-3-5 defense, and Moore was changing the play up. Quick out route is there, and a move up the sideline. And that was Boudet with his second reception in the ballgame, that one for 7 yards.
Yeah, when Boudet caught that one, there probably wasn't anybody within 2 or 3 yards of him, which is what you want to see on that out route. I don't know, where the cornerback went, if he had to stay with another receiver because he didn't have any backup behind him, but that was a really good pass and a really good route.
Yeah, and a little confidence there from Joseph Boudet, too. Saying, why are you backing off 10 yards off the line of scrimmage on me? Get up here in my grill and let's go to war. But that's not the Lynx defensive coverage. As Sanders, a nice move out to the sideline on that left side carry out to the Madison 38, and a first down for the Miners.
Looks like Madison, is starting to get that confidence. They sealed off that end of the line and gave him all the running room he needed to get out there, and that was a great run.
Now past midfield, Chad, and commentator curse aside, this is the best drive of the game for the Miners to this point. 3 receivers out there. Moore going to hand off to Sanders. Sanders with a nice run, able to get 4 yards there on first down. Good blocking there in the trenches for the Miners.
Yeah, what we saw Michael Brown doing in the first half, we're starting to see Sanders do this half, and slowly picking up those 3 or 4 yards at a time to keep this drive alive.
Yeah, and that it helps your quarterback so much, and doesn't put so much pressure on your quarterback to feel like they have to get it all in one play. Second and 13 kind of feeling. A second and 6, it's like, okay, I can get 3 yards here, 3 yards on third, but That's not what Moore has in mind, as he finds a receiver open over the middle of the field. That's Morgan Hill getting involved and getting the first down and getting the Miners inside the SFLm red zone for the first today.
Kind of feel like Moore and Hill there kind of got tired of me talking about Sanders, so they're just like, well, here you go. Here's something we can do, so now you can talk about this.
Yeah, we have other players on our roster, okay? Chad, let's talk about somebody else. First and 10. Moore's going to go under center. Base 4-3 defense from Madison. And met in the backfield immediately. Sanders going to lose 3 on that one.
Wow, that was a really, really good play coming off the line there. I mean, as soon as the ball was snapped, they blew through the line and was waiting on that running back to get there.
Second tackle for loss in the game for Kano Fortson. Second 13 now. Moore going to hand off. Sanders trying to get those yards back, only gets 1. It's going to set it up a 3rd and 11 from the 19-yard line. Looks like number 95, Al-Farouk Aminu, in on the tackle.
See, that's not the first time Minu has done that this game. If you go back and watch this game, during film day, you'll see that he's coming off the end of that defensive line untouched quite a bit.
3-3-5. Look, defensive look there from Madison. Quick pass out to the running back. Spins his way upfield, but short of the first down marker. Chad, a little bit interesting play call there on 3rd down to try to hit the running back out of the backfield.
Yeah, I think they were trying to see if they could hit him in stride and get that first down as fast as possible. Though he was stopped short, so, now you're going to have to kick it and get that 3 points.
You do see that work when a running back gets a full head of steam downfield like that. But yeah, just not quite the execution you need for that play there. But Lexington here going to bring out their kicker for a 31-yard field goal. That one is good. Lexington's kicker is Victor Washington, able to punch that one through and get the Miners on the board. Closes the gap. It's now a 3-6 ball game. Third quarter, still plenty of time. Chad, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. As you see, it's not what you wanted, but you got more points on the board. You were actually closing that gap, so that wasn't a bad drive.
Yeah, best drive of the game for the Miners, and that's a tough thing to do. You come in here on the road, and Madison's one of the top teams in the SFLm right now, and they're a tough team. You come into their house, and you got to bring your A game. So it's nice to see that Lexington can put together a drive, because they competed all first half. It was just they couldn't put any points on the board. So now that they've shown that they can go down the field and get the 3, now the expectation meter rises a little bit. Now you expect them to their defense to elevate their gameplay a little bit too. So we'll see how that works out as Switch Thumper and this Madison Lynx offense comes out for their first possession of the second half. Thumper immediately changes the play with those 3 receivers bunched up to the left. Looks like Lexington was bringing the pressure, and Thumper gets rid of it quickly out there to the receiver Dylan Lewis, now with 3 receptions in the ballgame.
Yeah, that was another one of those out routes that just eat teams alive, and Madison is very good at executing those types of plays. So, again, you got to keep somebody close to them.
We're going to go under center in that heavy I form look. Lexington counters with a base 4-3 defense. Brown, room to run, plenty of blocking, patient with his run, and falls forward and gets 5 yards.
And what Brown did there, followed the blocking, was real patient to see how the play was going to develop. Once he saw, which way the blocking was going to go, he just went with it and was able to pick up those yards.
Madison really liking this bunch look. Thumper, 3-step drop, surveys the field, plenty of time to throw over the middle, pass off the hands of the receiver. And again, I feel like that's the receiver's problem. Thumper put the ball right where it needed to be. Coverage was there, but as a pro receiver, I feel like you got to come up with those, Chad.
I mean, as a receiver, period, if it hits you in the hand, you should come up with it. And that has actually killed 2 drives for Madison. It's just not being able to catch the ball.
Lexington's defense gets something a little favorable for them. Madison going to have to punt the ball away. Lexington will probably get their best starting field position of the ball game. Yeah, good return out to the Lexington 32. So favorable start to the second half for the Miners. We'll see if they can capitalize on it. You'll notice up in the top left, there's another SFLm game going on the SFL's YouTube channel. And that game, if Ottawa can get a win in that one, and Lexington is unable to get a win here tonight. So if Ottawa wins and Lexington loses, Ottawa would clinch a playoff spot in the SFLm. So very interesting to see how these two games can play out and how the playoff implications, what playoff implications they hold. That first down carry for Sanders, good for a yard.
Yeah, Periwinkle just came almost from a blind area that Sanders didn't see him and just stopped that one a yard past the line of scrimmage.
Moore going to go under center, 2nd and 9. 5-step drop, going to look to unleash the dragon, and he does. Pass is going to be tipped away, overshot his receiver by just a little bit, and Madison's defender able to get a hand on it. It's number 27, Newton North.
That was actually a great defensive play by Newton North. You could see him as the play was developing and the ball was getting there. He was getting a little itchy to go ahead and try to stop it, but he was able to hang on until the ball got there.
Moore back to throw. Nobody open downfield. Looked like they were wanting to get the screen game going, but Madison all over it. Stop for a loss.
Yeah, they were trying to get the screen going. They just let it develop way too slow, especially when you see, you know, it's a slow developing play when you look up and the defensive end is the guy that's able to turn around and still go tackle the halfback, which has been out there for a good few seconds. So that they've got to develop that play a lot quicker for it to work.
If you want to develop your player, the SFL minor league is winding down season 6, but it's never too late to create your own player and get him or her involved in the next rookie class. Season 20's rookie draft takes place December 17th and 18th, so don't miss your chance. The sooner you create your player, the better your player will be on draft day. For more information, visit simulationfl.net. Madison's going to take over at their own 34-yard line. Thumper going to go under center. I formation look. Base 4-3 defense from Lexington. And a quick out to the sideline. Lewis this time doesn't connect. Maybe a little too close to that left hash. And receiver not able to get the foot down.
You know, you were talking about it being season 6 of the minors. And it's kind of wild to think, you know, we're in the 20th season of the SFL. And now we're also in the 6th season of the minors. It doesn't seem like it's been that long.
It gets breezed by. I mean, it's. I have to remind myself how long, you know, I've been around, and not only how long I've been around, but how long this league has been around. And it's just crazy to kind of reflect back on all the memories and, yeah, how fast things can kind of move. Ron Haynes, the intended receiver there. Noah Rozier in coverage, and a nice defensive play from the Miners again.
Yeah, a great defensive play by the Miners. Their defense has kept them in this game, so either way this game goes, somebody needs to take that defense out for a steak or something, a buffet.
Third and 10 for Madison. Chad, I want to ask you, what's your most memorable SFL moment experience? And we'll kind of let this play happen, but think on that as we wait for the result of this one. Thumper unleashes the dragon left side. Lewis, the intended target. That pass is going to be incomplete.
Wow, my most memorable one, the one that sticks out to me most, actually happened in the first season of the minors when I was playing. I was actually playing for Albuquerque. And there was a pass thrown. Literally, had I stuck my hands up, it would have either been a deflection or an interception. Instead, I just stood there and watched it go right over my head for a touchdown.
An infamous moment. Very interesting that that's the one that sticks out. So isn't that funny how that works? We always like forget the great things that we do, and we always remember like the one bad thing. That's what like keeps us up at night, right? That's one thing that like sticks with us. Isn't that funny?
This whole time.
Lexington going to start out at their own 28-yard line. I think my most memorable moment, Chad, There's a lot of things that I really, really love and really enjoy about the league. But the thing that stands out to me the most was Commish and I were calling a game together, and we made a bet live on stream, and he lost that bet, and he had to pay up in Vegas, which the payout was only ice cream. But to me, that was a really awesome moment. I don't think I'll ever forget that. Cameron's a great guy, and for him to own up and pay out his bet was speaks highly of his integrity and his character. So for me, that was probably one of the best moments that I've had in all my time here. The first down carry for the Miners lost a couple of yards to bring it back to the game and not make it about us up here in the broadcast booth. Moore going to go under center. Twins out there to the right. Quick drop quickly out to the running back Sanders, and Sanders going to lose another yard as the linebacking core for the Lynx, that was Periwinkle. The linebacking core for the Lynx have been playing really good here in the second half.
Yeah, it seems like Periwinkle has been all over the field along with, Woods and Aminu. I mean, this whole linebacking core is like a solid wall for Madison.
Now 3rd and 13, Moore going to have to throw. They throw the screen pass, and again, trying to get the running back involved in these 3rd and longs and let the running back make the play. I mean, I do like it, but it's showing that it's not working here. And another 3rd and long and off the hands of the receiver, and Lexington's going to have to punt here, Chad.
Yeah, these, going to the running back plays on 3rd and long are they're not going to do it for you. You're going to have to go to somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, that we've seen the XZ deep out come out and work pretty well. Deep posts have worked pretty well, for Madison. But there are some plays you can run that can open some things up down the field for you, where you're not relying on those kinds of plays. And now it is a little risk. There is some risk with it, but if you don't have it in there, sometimes that's kind of what you're stuck with. Madison going to get the ball and in their own territory at their own 42. So pretty good starting field position here, Chad. 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Brown getting closer to 20 carries. I imagine he's going to get there in this ball game.
Oh, very much so.
And now with number 17. Oh, 17, a bad number for Michael Brown as he takes a shot there from Noah Regier.
He got lit up by Noah on that one. I mean, it spun him backwards and in a circle.
Looking over at the chat, I see where's Prince Wonder? How bad are these cramps? And yeah, still no Prince Wonder after he left the game in the first half with those cramps. Ron Haynes, the tight end over the middle of the intended target, covered up by the linebacker, and that's DJ Kilgannon showing his coverage ability.
A great coverage there, but Kilgannon, he was able, again, as a linebacker, doing his job, reading the eyes, reading the play, seeing where it's going, and was there to bat the ball down. And I'm not sure that Prince not being in this game isn't kind of affecting Madison's offense just a little bit.
I couldn't agree more. Early in the game, Thumper was favoring that right sideline. And since Wonder has been off the field, whenever Thumper goes that way, the pass seems to be, bobbled off the hands of the receiver. So I think he's just avoiding that side of the field altogether. This time he takes a shot down the field, that deep post, and he finds Lewis there, and a first down, moves the ball to the Lexington 37 on the other side of the field.
Lewis able to find that hole in the defense, and Thumper saw him and just threw a dot right to him.
Right between the zones, underneath the safety, behind the linebacker, right where the receiver was breaking across, and put it right on the money. That QBR is not great, but I mean, Thumper is really playing as well as you can in this game. I mean, doing what his team needs, making the throws when he needs to make them. Over the middle, Haynes this time shortened his route a bit. Chad, you noticed that? It looked like it was about a yard or two shorter, and really got underneath those linebackers and provided a nice target there for Thumper to find over the middle.
Yeah, I think he saw that he wasn't going to be able to find an open area where his route was going, so he cut it short to be able to get open and get some yardage, and actually probably got more than he would have had he kept running his route.
Now Balmer, his best carry of the game. That one goes for 6 yards. Dragged down from behind, but Balmer continuing to be a factor in the run game.
Bomber looking like a diesel truck coming through the hole there with that head of steam. I don't know if I would have stepped in front of him.
Right on the SFLm red zone. Thumper changing the play in the split back shotgun. A quick out there is on the left sideline for Lewis, and he has the reception, runs out of bounds at the 15-yard line, stops the clock with 11 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know. On that one, you still got time running. Probably it was a good out route, but kind of try to keep it in bounds. But they're going to go ahead and run the clock, so I don't know what's going on there.
And so split backfield, Thumper's going to hand the ball off. Bomber going to make a move and plow forward, going to fall down after a 1-yard gain. Regier on the tackle, and that's going to bring us to the fourth quarter. Tight ball game. Madison at home with a 6-3 lead against the Lexington Miners. In the broadcast booth tonight, I've been Stephen Hacker. I'm with Chad Stinson, back at SFL headquarters. Producer, Commissioner Cameron Irvine. And been a really good defensive game. I mean, both teams have shown the ability to move the ball down the field, Chad, but both teams have struggled to put points on the board once they've gotten into scoring position. We'll see if Madison can change that here on this one. Thumper goes under center. Lexington showing a little bit of pressure, and they get there, stopping the play at the line of scrimmage. Probably Michael Brown's worst carry of the ball game up to this point there, Chad.
Yeah, and see, what worries me, now we're in a 3rd and 10, and this is what has happened to Madison all game. They get down in the scoring areas, and they stall out. So let's see if they go long and if they're able to keep this drive alive right now.
Dime defense from Lexington. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Receiver over the middle. Pass is caught. Thumper delivers a dime over the middle. And Madison gets their first touchdown of the ball game.
Great play there. Not real sure who the receiver was, but I mean, that was a dot thrown by Thumper on a slant route.
Cameron Callahan. Going to be the receiver credited with the touchdown there. 15-yard touchdown pass from Switch Thumper, right where it needed to be. Found the receiver there in the middle of the field. And some of the struggles that the Lynx offense has had, Switch Thumper took care of it there in the fourth quarter. Extra point, Juniper Belson up and good. 13-3 Madison. And the SFL is presented by APM Music, and APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Lexington returner brings that one out to the 26-yard line. Now a 9-point lead for the Lynx. Still 10.5 minutes to go in the game, Chad. Madison really doesn't need to pick up the pace, but they need to put some scoring drives together here with not much time to go.
Yeah, Chad Moore is just going to have to keep his nerves about him and just do it one play at a time.
Oh, that's going to help. Moore with a free play. Takes the deep shot, deep outs there, all off the hands of the receiver. Got to capitalize on that. That would have been a big play for Lexington. But the penalty flag is going to move the Miners forward 5 yards. Boudet, the intended target there on the right sideline.
Yeah, this late in the game, in a game that's still winnable, you do not need to be jumping off sides like that, Dash. I mean, I like watching you play, my friend, but that is not what you need to be doing.
It'll be 1st and 5. Can't help out Lexington here. You got to protect your lead. Moore now going to go under center. Tight end flex there on the left side. Madison putting everybody at the line of scrimmage, and it pays off as Sanders, with nowhere to go, stopped for no gain.
DJ Woods able to come through that opening untouched. Nobody was there to block him. And that's how you put a stop to a run real quick with no gain.
In the chat, I see DJ Woods must be one of the defensive captains. After that Dash penalty, said, "Dash, give me some push-ups now." So he's trying to preach some accountability there. Is Madison in position to make a defensive play? They're able to tip it away. Boudet, the intended target, and trying to get a read on that. I believe that's Periwinkle, the linebacker, able to knock that one away.
Periwinkle everywhere. I don't know what they feed this guy before a football game, but my goodness, he is literally everywhere.
Making plays on the ground, in the air, absolutely all over the field for the Lynx. Bunch look for the Miners. Moore going to hand off. Sanders makes a move in the backfield, but again, getting back to the line of scrimmage and nowhere else to go.
Yeah, that was, how did we say his name? Kano or Kano?
I think it's Kano.
And it looked like it was Kano and also maybe DJ Woods that were on that stop.
So now Lexington really can't afford to give the ball back to Madison, but they're going to have to do so. Punt is away. Madison's going to have about 8:45 to go, so if they can put together a sustained drive, stay in bounds, and really chew up some clock, they can really put Lexington up against the wall here. So, you know, that's really what Madison needs to do. Michael Brown, they need to get him involved, keep Jay Balmer involved on the ground, and really chew up as much clock as possible here. Thumper to throw, sidearms it, finds the receiver down the field. Oh, you gotta come up with that, Ron Haynes. You gotta come up with that. That was an absolute, gift wrapped just before Christmas. Switch Thumper sends you a gift and you can't come up with it. That's so unfortunate. It's not what you expect out of Ron. He's one of the better tight ends in the SFLm, and it's crazy to see that hit the turf.
Yeah, I thought he came down with it, and then I saw it rolling across the ground.
Thumper, this time quickly out to the left sideline. Lewis secures the target and gets 6 yards.
I still have not seen Prince come back onto the field, so I don't know whether there was more underlying problems with those cramps that he had, but Madison seems to be doing okay right now without his presence on the field.
Yeah. Chad, a lot of the times when you see non-contact and those players go off the field with that injury, it's hard to see him come back sometimes. Even, it's a lot of times it's, they take a hit and they're injured and it seems like a minor injury and they'll come back. But a lot of times when there's no contact at all, that's usually pretty scary. So maybe something bigger than cramps, maybe initially thought to be cramps, but yeah, Prince Wonder's still not out on the field. I'm sure the doctors will get that all right and ready for next week's game. Madison having to punt back to Lexington, so Lexington avoiding a little bit of a bad case scenario there. Not much time spent off the clock. They still got basically 8 minutes to try to get down and get some points, so still plenty of time to mount a comeback. But Lexington really needs to up the tempo, I think, now. Try to start getting a little more aggressive. You got to find ways to get down the field and get some points on the board.
They're definitely going to have to up the tempo and probably going to have to take that screen pass out along maybe with that little wheel route, because neither one of those have really been working for you this game.
We're going to change it up. Yeah, it looked like that XZ deep out, but wanted the quick out, and it works out perfectly for Dill Swayze. Gets the 5 yards, gets out of, gets over towards the sideline, and stops the clock as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised. We've already had 2 challenges, with out routes. I'm surprised that one didn't get challenged.
Five-step drop from Moore. Gonna unload, and he does. Oh, short! And a well-played defensive play by the defender to step in front of that and take it away as Moore took his shot on that deep post. But Madison able to come over and take it away. Newton North who made a nice play earlier on the ball, this time able to fully take it away from the Miners.
And I don't know if it looked like the ball was going to get where it was supposed to go, but Newton North just read the play and was right there in the passing lane waiting on it when it got there. That was a great, great defensive play by Newton North to see where play was going to develop and go, and to be there waiting on it.
Yeah, I think Madison was expecting Lexington to come out taking the shots, and Newton was waiting there in that cover 3 defense and stepped right in front of that post and took it away. Thumper, time to throw, checks it down to the running back, and Brown heads for the sideline and actually does get pushed out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
I understand he was heading for the sidelines, trying to, maybe save a little clock because, 13-3, this is still kind of a winnable game. So you kind of maybe want to put that nail in the coffin and make sure that, you put this game out of reach.
3-step drop, Thumper, right side. Oh, defender in the area, but able to squeeze it in. Receiver gets plenty of yak on that one before being pushed out at the 21. Callahan already with the touchdown, now with a nice reception down the right sideline.
And that was it was a good pass, but Toby's been all over the field also for Lexington, just like Periwinkle has for Madison. So kind of lucky that one didn't come back going the opposite way.
Yeah, very, very lucky that one wasn't going the other direction because there wasn't many offensive players there to stop him if he had the ball. Thumper goes under center. Quickly gets rid of that one. Oh, underthrown severely. My goodness.
And that, my friends, is why they're playing cornerback.
Yeah,
cornerbacks are not known for their hands, really.
Yeah, that was right to you. That was almost like that play was designed for you to take it away, and unfortunately, just right off your hand. Now Thumper going to have to change something. Wow, a sidearm throw gets that one in there. Ron Haynes, the recipient of that sidearm throw, moves the chains for the Lynx, now down to the 10-yard line.
That was a heck of a sidearm throw and great concentration by Haynes there because he was surrounded by nothing but white jerseys when he brought that ball in. Yeah,
the angle that Thumper was able to get that ball out at, and then the direction that Haynes was running, very, very good coordination. It's like just, something they practice on all the time, it looked like. Thumper looking left side, trying to find the second tight end on the depth chart and unable to do so. Lexington stepped up to make the play. Number 21, that's Todd Rigsby.
Yeah, Todd Rigsby, that was great. He read that play, broke on it almost immediately when the play started, and was right there when the ball got to where he met the ball about halfway through the route.
Thumper trying to get another fourth quarter touchdown. Michael Brown going to get the carry, but going to get met at the line of scrimmage, nowhere to go. Gerald Cumbus able to get the tackle there in the back at the line of scrimmage.
I don't know what Michael Brown.
Sorry, go ahead, Chad. No, go ahead.
I don't know what Michael Brown saw that would have made him just, cut back trying to go across the line, but that was honestly the worst mistake he could have made at that point in time.
Now 3rd and goal. Madison going to have to get it in here or settle for a field goal. Thumper checks it down, so short of the touchdown line. So Madison going to have to settle for the 3 points. Juniper Belson has missed a field goal attempt. This one's only going to be about 23 yards, so a chip shot field goal. So looking to move to 4 for 5 on the day for the Lynx. Sorry, 3 for 4 on the day for the Lynx. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and through from 21 yards. Belson does move to 3 for 4. 16-3, Madison leads. 5:03 remaining in this ball game, Chad.
Yeah, Lexington is really going to have to step on the gas here because this game is slowly, with each field goal, getting out of reach. You've got almost 5 minutes left on the clock. You're going to have to do something quick and start picking up some big plays.
Nelson kicks this one away. Returner about at the 5-yard line. Moves it out towards the left sideline, brought down at the Lexington 27. And who plays who? This 20th anniversary season schedule will be released tomorrow, November 30th, right here on SFL YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, with Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green breaking down all the matchups and each team's schedule. Don't miss a minute of the excitement, including the announcement of one major shift in scheduling, the schedule release show tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, here on YouTube. That first down play out there on the right sideline to Sanders is going to lose a couple yards.
That's that wheel route.
Lexington really trying to conserve the timeouts but keep the tempo up. Goes no huddle. Moore throws left side. That pass is going to be caught. 9 yards gain. 9 yards gained there. Oh! Chad Moore throws over the middle. Pass is deflected off the hands of his receiver. Couldn't come down with it. And Madison's Joseph Lama comes away with that interception. Very fortunate, just fell right into his lap. I mean, receiver was wide open. All he had to do was make the catch, Chad.
Yeah, as a receiver, if you can't make the catch, make sure nobody else can either. Bat that thing straight down if you possibly can, because, I mean, it should never hang up in the air long enough for a free safety to run up and catch it like that.
Now Thumper on his own side, on the Lexington side of the field. Brown going to get the first down carry, goes for 3 yards. Lexington needs a stand. They need a turnover more than a stand. They got to get the ball back and take it away from Madison here. They can't allow any points, and so Lexington really needs a turnover in the worst way. We'll see if they can get it here. We'll see if they get aggressive and maybe try to blitz or something, Chad. One receiver on the field for the length. Thumper under center. Trying to take all the time that he can. They go to Jay Balmer, and Balmer able to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, 3rd and 5.
But see, Balmer has been a key in this Madison offense this evening. You know, he's been there for the blocks, he's been there for the runs they've needed and the yards, and Lexington's just sitting there slowly watching their playoff lives tick by. Not Madison, Lexington, I'm sorry.
Thumper getting better as this game has gone on. Split back look for Madison brings out a base 4-3 defense for Lexington. Michael Brown, sheds 2 tackles. Great second effort. Had Noah Regier hanging on his back. Oh no, they're going to mark him short. They're going to say he's short of the first down marker there, Chad. I thought he got it.
I thought he got it myself looking at it, so I guess maybe the line judge saw something I didn't see, or the field judge. I don't know.
Oh, it happens. It happens, our angle isn't always exactly what the referees see, and the yellow and blue lines on the field are unofficial. That's just there for reference, so referees have the ultimate say, and so if they say it's short, it's short. We're going to see Juniper Belson on for a healthy field goal attempt, and this one from 44 yards, Belson knocks it through. Now 4 for 5 on the ball game. And Madison really extending that lead, Chad. Not much time left for Lexington to mount a comeback. They're going to have to get the ball and score twice, get 16 points, get the 2-point conversion to find themselves in this game. And it's going to be very tough for them to do it here. What minor league team were you from, Chad?
My first season played at Albuquerque, and then I've coached at Lexington, I've coached at Salt Lake, and I'm actually coaching back with the Adams this season.
Very nice. Very nice. major rounds down here in the minor leagues. Very nice to hear that. And getting the full experience, and now into coaching as well. How's that going for you?
Going great.
Awesome. A lot of work, huh?
Yeah. Ooh.
First down play. Moore finds Sanders out there on the right side, spins his way up for a yard. Lexington going to hurry it up here, try to reserve as much clock as possible. Moore quickly out right side. Sanders, this time some room to run, spins and brought down after a quick gain. Going to be 3rd and 3. We've reached the 2-minute warning here, Chad. Good ball game. Madison up 19-3 here at home against the Lexington Minor. Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. This is the Simulation Minor League. Lexington with the ball. 2 minutes remaining here in this game. Moore going to go under center. 3-3-5 defense from Madison. They blitz the linebacker and it hits home. Moore goes down. A 3rd down blitz and it gets there. Taylor Cormer is going to be credited with the sack, but the linebacker was right there to help bring down the play as well.
Yeah, that late blitz by the linebacker kind of just, threw the offensive line off kilter, and they let one block go that they shouldn't have, and he was able to get to the quarterback real quick.
Not surprised to see the offense come back out for Lexington. Moore with 3 wide receivers. Madison looks prepared for a pass. We'll see what Moore can do. They bring up a blitz, quickly gets it out to the running back, and they were prepared. Madison was all over that. Tried to make a play. Lexington tried to make a play with their running back. The blitz got there, so really disrupted the timing, any chance of a play downfield. So you can't fault them for trying to get it out quickly, but Madison just well prepared for that play, all over it. It's almost like that's what they wanted them to do, Chad.
Yeah, they've been all over that play all night long, so looks like they're bringing in the backup quarterback now.
Yeah, we do have the backups in for Madison. Probably going to try to kneel this one out. Lexington only with 2 timeouts. Backup quarterback for the Lynx is Michael Mitchell. Mitchell actually going to throw here. Interestingly enough, over the middle finds the backup tight end. That's Sheldon Hilton. Lexington is going to use their 2nd timeout. 1 remaining, 1:49 remaining here in the 4th quarter, Chad.
I do want to point something out. If these last two games stay as they are, you're going to have Madison and Albuquerque going in with the same record next week, and then you're going to have Ottawa and Lexington going into the next week. So there's still a couple of different playoff scenarios that could happen here.
Yeah, the picture is not completely set. Still some color left to go in there, and one more game, I believe, one more week of action. So before the playoffs, so next week gonna be very important for these teams. I think Lexington, has to look at this game and feel like, how do we react? Do we let this get to us, or do we bind together and come out next week and take care of business and do what we got to do, right? To try to do everything that we can to secure our playoff hopes. Michael Brown, nice carry there. Nope, that was actually Jay Ballmer. Sorry, Jay Ballmer with a nice carry. His best carry of the game gets the Lynx down to the 11-yard line. And it's just one of those things, is how do you respond, right, Chad? Yeah. And now that you're in the coaching role, I think you really kind of understand what that means, is how do you respond, right? Do you roll over, or do you come out and you fight and you try to come out better next week, right? So I think that's where Lexington is right now, is like, yeah, well, you played a really good team here tonight, but you showed that you can fight up till about 3 3/4 quarters. So you just got to find a way to kind of get some points on the board and extend that for next week.
Most
the Lynx looking to run the clock out here, Chad. Now extend on that, Chad. Sorry about that.
From my perspective as a defensive coordinator, I take any kind of loss personal. I don't look at it as, it was anything the player did wrong. That was all on me. It's just, you can't roll over after this, because you're still in the playoff hunt with Ottawa. I mean, so it's going to come down to who wins next week, if the Ottawa game still goes the way it's going now, which it looks like it's going to. So get back in there, figure out what didn't work, and try to fix it.
Right, and then as a being a locker room presence, maybe you're not a coach, maybe you're not scouting or involved in the game plan every week, but as a locker room presence or as a player on the team, would you want to be surrounded by negative energy or would you want to be surrounded by positive energy and like, hey, we got this. I still believe in our team, right? So again, it's
Always.
how do you respond to certain situations? How do how do you approach life and things like that? So really says a lot about your character. So if you go in with a negative attitude, a lot of times you get a negative result. If you go in with a positive attitude and say, hey, you know what? We gave it our best effort. We learned something. We're going to work just as hard next week. A lot of the times the result goes in your favor the next time out.
Most
So
definitely.
we have reached zeros here, Chad. Madison moves to 6-1 with a 19-3 victory at home against the Lexington Miners. Chad, what was your biggest impression in the game? I thought Switch Thumper for Madison played really well, but I thought really it was Michael Brown that was that key piece for them that kind of kept everything moving for them.
Yeah, Michael Brown, Thumper did great, had a great game. Michael Brown, though, kind of was what kept the defense moving. But don't forget, he also had help from, the man himself, the fullback, Jay, who was there to give him the blocks that he needed to get downfield so that Michael could keep it moving. So between the three, it was almost like a cog working between those three.
Yeah, great balance. When you can mix it up, and when one of your star players, Prince Wonder, goes down pretty early in the game, and your quarterback is still able to get other receivers involved despite their flaws and everything like that. It really shows that you got a solid game plan. You're able to go out and do what you got to do whenever your opponent's playing you tough. You took the punches and you stayed in it. You clawed and you took control of the game and you never looked back. So credit to Madison, and again, everything that we kind of ended the fourth quarter with for Lexington is just, look at it like a learning experience, and it's like, how do you handle that adversity? How do you handle those challenges? Because, as far as I'm seeing it, like you said, they're still in this playoff hunt, so it's how you look at that and how you approach that moving forward.
Most definitely. And
Player of the game. Go ahead and wrap up player of the game for us, Chad.
Switch Thumper again had, as you say, 209 yards. Quarterback rating could have been better, but still great game by Thumper. He's going to want to keep that rolling into the next week's games against the Adams, so we'll see how that all plays out.
Fantastic. We've been the Simulation Football League. This is the SFLm. In the booth tonight, I've been Stephen Hacker along with Chad Stinson back at SFL HQ, producer and Commissioner Cameron Irvine. Well, thank you all for joining us. See you next week.